Marcus Ely here for Status Coup, and we are here right now on the picket line in front of the Palms Casino. And the Culinary Union is here. You guys are the biggest union in Las Vegas. Am I correct?
We represent the 60,000 workers in Las Vegas. Yes, we're the largest.
Okay, definitely. So, can you talk a little bit about why you guys are out here?
We are here because the Palms workers, they've been fighting for half their contract, and they have an election with the National Labor Relations Board. The workers, they vote yes to have been represented by the union. 84% of the workers vote yes. And the company, they're still fighting with these workers. And the workers, what they want is to have their benefits, have their health care, have their pension, sit down with the company, and deal with all the negotiation like another employers they deal, and respect the workers. This company, they don't respect the worker. They've been saying about this worker, they can have an election, Now they have an election, they won with 84%. 84%. What more you can prove to this company, this worker, they want to have the union. And what they want is to have a contract. That's what they want to sit down, negotiate, and get their contract.
Okay, definitely. So what type of, other than obviously not recognizing the union, what type of obstruction has the union faced that you can speak of in regards to getting recognized by the Palms?
They've been fighting. They don't want to recognize these workers. They won the election. That's what happened. They don't want to these workers sit down like another workers and have negotiation with the culinary union. They've been fighting for their families, and the only thing what they want is to have a good job secure, have health care, have their pension, have decent wages, and be good for their family, have everything. They good people, they do the best for their family, but these workers, they don't have a contract. And these companies, they've been fighting, and don't give any respect to these workers. And we asking to them to sit down and negotiate the contract.
Station casinos lied to us because they told us if we had a vote, union vote, they would respect the outcome. And we voted in favor of union by 84%, yes. But they still haven't come to the table to negotiate with us a contract. So we're here bringing pressure to bear so we can be at the table.
All right, definitely. And you guys had even Senator Bernie Sanders, who's running for president, tweet in support of you guys. How does it feel to have someone that's running for president tweet in support of you guys?
Well, it feels good. And we know Bernie Sanders. We know his history. He's always been for the labor movement and all that. So having his approval right now means that we're getting national recognition, and then that means that our fight is almost there. We almost gonna have that contract.
Definitely. All right. So can you talk about any of the specific obstruction you guys have faced unionizing and getting together outside of course, them not recognizing your union? Has there been any stories of retaliation or people being threatened or anything like that? Because I know that is a regular thing when folks try to unionize, is we have these managers and basically the corporate elite kind of try to fight back against you guys. Has there been any of that you can speak on?
Well, they know the laws to some degree, so they know they cannot really interfere with the process. Otherwise, they would be violating federal law. But they're doing whatever they can to drag the process out. Though they know they don't have any ground and they're gonna have to come to the table. But right now, in terms of retaliation and intimidation, it's probably mostly in the down low and a little bit subtle, because they know they would be, violating the law.
So just basically everything that they can do, they're doing, but of course within the limits of the law, you've noticed.
Yes, that's what they've been doing. And but some people gotten fired, but the union, some were leaders, committee leaders, and but they got brought back because the union represented them, and some of them got back with back pay, and yeah.
So basically, it was a situation where they tried to hurry up and get back together and be like, "Oh no! Let us get these people back right now, so we don't get in trouble for violating the law." Basically, and if the union hadn't stood up, that wouldn't be the case. Is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, I mean you can see the different outcomes or different scenarios that happen in casinos that are not unionized, and or they can close any part of that restaurant without even agreeing with the union, and they cannot do this here even though they haven't signed the contract because we already voted. So
the union is a thing, and there's nothing they can do about it. However, do you think that if you guys didn't have the privilege of the culinary union, largest union in the city of Las Vegas, behind you guys, that you would have been, if you didn't have that muscle, do you think those people would have been brought back?
Most likely not. And the culinary union, they're doing a really fantastic job. And the contract they have got for the other casinos have been spectacular. And we want something similar here. And we know they have our back, and we're gonna keep fighting. Yeah,
right, definitely. So can you we talked about Bernie Sanders kind of endorsing you guys. I am heavily out covering the campaign trail right now. As a union worker, can you talk about where you're at as far as the 2020 goes with the primary?
We could say any candidate in the Democratic side is pretty much gonna be better for in terms of labor rights than what we currently have in the White House right now.
I mean, like that's a really low bar, though. It's like anything to eat is better than food out of the trash, of course. Like I'll eat ramen noodles if I got to choose between ramen noodles and food on the trash. But is there any candidate that is a New York steak dinner for you, or if you're vegan, a fantastic vegan meal?
I love Bernie Sanders, and I mean, since the '60s, he's been fighting. So he has that rich history, and socialist from Vermont, so that only helped. And I kind of like Tulsi Gabbard a little bit, her stance on various things, and Andrew Yang kind of. And if I had to choose,
Which specific policies of theirs do you like?
Well, I like Tulsi Gabbard's foreign policy a little bit. Not fully non-interventionist, but still, because we have to take up the labor movement as something a lot more global, and she's less into the us versus them kind of stuff. So I think if we want a global labor movement, then she's probably one of the best candidates for that.